For decades, residents of Cahokia Heights have been exposed to sewage. It backs up in toilets, sinks, and bathtubs. When it rains, sewers overflow on the streets and spill into homes. Public health agencies have failed to investigate the possible health effects, and residents are tired of waiting.
And we come together and we make a change for the better of our community. We can't afford to live like this anymore. And I'm concerned about our health issues because of the raw sewage. Washington University, thank you for being on board with this too. But we really appreciate you all coming out doing the stool samples for us and the soil samples for us to let us know that we've been getting contaminated things into our home, which causes H. pylori, which leads to other medical problems that some of us are not aware of. H. pylori is a horrible thing to have in your system. I was treated for it, my son was treated for it, and a lot of my neighbors are now being treated for it because I encouraged them to go get tested. If you don't get treated, you can end up with GI cancer or you can end up with heart problems. Because of our environment, that's not acceptable. So though this may be your stage, the citizens platform, we need to know what's going on and we need to know how you guys are really going to do this. And we are suffering and we need a change. And with that, I'm done.
Residents worked with universities on a health study and found H. pylori infection in over 40% of the initial sample. H. pylori is a bacteria that infects the stomach and can cause ulcers and increase the risk of cancer.
Yeah, it was really bad because I couldn't tolerate food. My stomach was cramping, painful. I was nauseated, vomiting. I wanted to eat, but I didn't have an appetite. Whenever I would drink something, it was like even water out of a bottled water, I felt like it was cramping up my stomach. So it made me not want to eat anything, made me not want to drink anything. And then when I had the weight loss, the doctor said, let me check you and see what's going on. And that's when we found out the H. pylori. Because my primary care sent me to the GI doctor.
Infrastructure, correct? Now, her Roche was in it back then. Your hand is in the pot again now. So what are you all going to do more differently now that you didn't do back then to make sure that if I die and my children decide to stay there, that they won't have to go through what I've been going through? If they decide to live in a home in the community.
A long-term improvement to the performance of the system, which will be part of the long-term operation and maintenance compliance program of the Water and Sewer Department by the city. And that is something that is scheduled to occur over the next 10 or so years, a little bit of time. There are 90 miles of sewer in the city of Cahokia Heights, 90 miles.
What I'm concerned the most about is the health issues with the sewage water mixing with the drainage water. And apparently WashU's done a study, WashU University, and it is creating some nasty health effects. And if those are left untreated, it can cause cancer and things like that. That's my biggest concern, is the health of the citizens as we speak right now. And I hope that the fixes that they're doing will actually alleviate that. Will it? I don't know.
It's our lives at stake. It's our lives at stake. In case we would have drowned. Or case I see people had to walk, couldn't go to work because of this flood. You think that's fair? It's not fair, at all. And they try to shun it under the table. You can't shun something, that devastation, under the table.
I'm inclined to believe that everybody wants to drop the ball instead of picking up the ball and working with it and make sure it bounces in the right direction. Everything is a process, but making us live like this was a process too. And no one seemed to care about it. So excuse me if I sound a tad bit agitated. I want to be angry, to be honest with you. I'm angry. How do you get them to understand the urgency of this? How do you get people, even the Eastside Health District, they should have been on the ground going door to door. Hey, you guys, delaying information or keeping, quote unquote, the citizens in the dark. That's not good. Knowledge, they say, is power. Knowledge, you can do some things, make things better, improve things. If you have the knowledge, you know what you can do to improve it, you start doing it. But when you keep the people keep the people in the dark and you don't share the information, you're just setting us up to be injured in some form or fashion. And as you probably know, or if you don't know, a lot of our homes have problems. A lot of us have health problems. Come on.
Several families have respiratory conditions. Particles from sewage can cause asthma, and the dampness and mold in people's homes contributes to breathing issues.
Where we used to live at, they barely had a cold or sinus infection. When we moved to that house after 1997, everybody constantly had sinus infections, allergies, to where you have to be on allergy medicine every day. And I developed adult onset asthma in my 30s. And you usually don't do that unless it's environmental. So we had a lot of respiratory infection. When I say a lot, we were on antibiotics. Oh God, even my grandbabies.
Many residents say they don't want to leave their home. They want officials to address the infrastructure problems damaging their houses and the hazards threatening their health.
We ain't trying to let somebody just take the home and we pay it off and you just get my home. No. A home is a home for your family. It's a generation. I'm speaking out because my parents was gone and dead. And she left the homes to us. So my generation, my grandbabies, maybe they might not have a place to go.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe a lot of our homes could take another hit like they did last year. I believe some homes will fall apart more. I don't know if you all got a chance to see some of the homes whose walls caved in, whose foundation is slanting, but it can only take so many hits and then that's it. And the home will just fall apart. Imagine people's body the same way. Your body can only take so many illness before you drop dead. Environmentally induced. That's not right.
Residents have been asking for help for years. They're still waiting for action. And the rain keeps coming.